This is just an AMZN on Thursday, September 13th, and this is what the pre-market did. It actually gapped up. So um, yesterday was a bearish candle. Actually closed, it opened here and closed down here. And today gapping up means that we are gapping above the close, which makes it a bullish gap and go. And we even had triangle in here that broke out bullish right here. This looks like a continuation. That would be great if it just runs. It'd also be nice if it pulled back, maybe to the breakpoint, maybe to 1990. Hopefully it doesn't come back down this far. So that's what we're looking for. It to just the shape of this to pull back into that triangle. It doesn't have to get all the way to that range, but it should be a bullish gap and go, which means it should just keep on going up. It's a nice gap. So if we take a look at some of the open, we come right up to 2005. Amazing how we just continued right on up to it. We were down around, it was 1917 earlier this week, and now we've just skyrocketed. Let's see, what is that, 4.5% up? Something like that. 5 or 6, somewhere in there. I'm just doing the math in my head. So anyway, we get a little bit above. Now stair step for 15 minutes. If you're still in bullish, I'd be tightening up your stop right below that bearish candle and kind of expect to get stopped out. Oops. Starts to break down. There we go. Took out the low. It's coming back down. This is a nice little hammer candle. You could have ridden that back up to 2005 for small, very small reward, but it actually doesn't get all the way up there. It comes right back down again and nearly bounces off our 1990 price. So we'll see if this is a good place to get in. What our target is, looks like we've got some highs here, some highs here. That's really similar to the range that we're at yesterday for the highs. We definitely retested that value, even though we were in a bullish gap and go. And it didn't really need to retest. It still did. So a little further here, a little faster. This is just chopping around. And then right in here, we've come up to this level again. We got 1, 2, 3 touches, making higher highs, higher lows, relative highs, and definitely consolidated. We got like 20, 25, 35 something minutes here of just sideways, and a couple upper wicks here where at one point these were bullish candles, but they got sold off. Now it's like, oh, okay, this is a high. These are all relative highs. Maybe time to go look at that pullback. So wouldn't you know it, what happens next? It pulls back. Pulls all the way back into 1990 and then some. What's really interesting about this, so this chopped around for a while and ended up just kind of sideways in that range. What's really interesting in this, let me zoom back in on it. If you think this is a really big triangle that formed all day, this was the breakout, here's the retest, and I'd be looking for a continuation higher tomorrow. Now, what's really interesting is 2 bearish candles in a row, this one being a bullish gap and go that played out bearish. Happens occasionally. Trying to find another one that did recently. Haven't seen yet. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe there was one. But what I really like is that we've gapped up. So we're trapping a lot of the bears. Nope, not seeing it. All right, let's go back over here. Here we go. So you can kind of see this playing out in the options. This is the, well, this one's there. Oops. I want to look at the put. Okay. Really nice consolidation in here, and then it just starts to roll over and continue on down. So this call, just noticing this pattern on here, you go see what the chart's saying about it, but then switch over to this, and you see very similar relative highs and higher lows that then just breaks down. So this breakdown is something you could have said, okay, well, I'll trade it with those candles that move lower. That's in your plan. And then here, since it's consolidated there, it's just reinforcing that, okay, go get some puts. Go to the puts. What time that was? Right before 11. Right around 11. So there you go. Could have been buying around maybe 325. But stop even down at 225. Pretty quickly move your stop here if it's actually playing out well. So this would have been buying at like 350, and it doubled up to 7. So that would have been a really nice gain. But had you been getting it down here and just not watching it, just letting it play out, it didn't really do that great. It probably sucked out a lot of premium as it pulled back down to a certain price. Let's see, there you go. So, but even for the price, it's still profitable, but you got to be exiting here, and hopefully have it in your setup or in your plan to only hold for something, get out for a day trade, whatever your rule is, that you would have been getting out profitable here had you gotten in at like 350, barely profitable, maybe just break even. So, but those are the things that we want to do just to get the trade set up and follow our plan is to only trade the time you're allowed to trade. So anyway, just seeing this, it just continued to puke and just drop lower and lower, and then some of these bullish candles here were interesting. And we sort of did a little bit of a bounce in here, and then had no neckline. But this would have been another nice place with a small candle rollover. So, again, looking for what the trade would be in puts. This consolidation here, nice little distribution right above this pivot point. Could still be another nice S-curve area here. So we'll continue to watch that, see how that goes, and see what other interactions we have with other recent prices, or hey, maybe we are just going to continue back on up through these resistances and just continue on higher. Totally possible, kind of what I expect. I see it doing. If for some reason we were to gap down, I would expect that to be within either this candle's range or this. And if we were to take out the low on this, then that's really significant. But if we're just kind of chopping around in here, looks like it could continue higher because these candles are just bearish candles. But if we're above them, if we gap up a little bit, we should be trapping a number of people here. Be able to continue on up. So that's kind of what I see happening. Possible way that this plays out. But we'll check in tomorrow and see how it goes. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is just AMZN.